ounce of it. We want a little piece of cheesecloth, about that long. That's the maximum amount we need.
For each job?
For each job. Well, for each wax job. So we might use twice that for each of those jobs. Now, let's say I've cut that off. I cut it with shears, and I get the wax. This is the wax here. And I'll open that up and I'll use the wax and I'll good. So I'll show you how we do this. I'm just going to use one. I'm going to cut that off the shears. These shears aren't very good. Now I'll just separate that out. Good. These shears are no good. Where are the top ones? They're not here.
No.
These aren't any good.
This is the only one.
You can't cut in, they're fucked. Here, come here. Pull that. We need to find some good shears before we get the guys in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what we do is we tend to tuck that in on itself a little bit. And tuck that in on itself. It's better to cut it with shears, eh?
Yeah.
And we roll this into a pad like that. Okay? Now, we get some wax. I'm not going to get it out now. We get some wax. And once we've got the wax, we start rubbing it on. Okay? And we'll be able to see where the wax is because it makes a sort of a smear.
Yeah.
Okay? That's right, you've cleaned it out with that, that's good. But we don't want to really use these. I know that we can, but we're going to use this and we roll it on. And we do little circles. See how I'm rolling in circles?
Yep.
That's how we do it, all the way.
Like a sender.
Little circles everywhere. You know, kung fu. All right, wax on, wax off. We do little circles. The reason we do little circles, why? If I do this, what happens?
Not even.
Not even.
No, because smear just through a line, so we end up with little lines in it. If I do that, it's quite uneven, and I'll make sure I cover everything. And if there's a little crack, like on a microscopic level, if this is the surface, there's a little wee crack.
Yeah.
If I sweep it this way, I don't fill it.
Yeah.
If I sweep it this way,
Then
what happens? I'm going to expand that. If I sweep it this way, it ends up with wax like that.
And
So if I do it this way, I'm more likely to fill it right across that area.
Yeah.
Especially if I do one this way, and then I let that dry, and then I polish it, and then I do another one, I'm likely to fill that crack because I'm going to like to add more wax each time, yeah?
yeah.
Okay. So I just said something. We wax it on. Yes, it's hard to get in areas like that, I know that. So we wax it on, then we let it dry. We let that wax dry a little bit. And then we polish it off, so we have to have another one for polishing off.
What material we're using to polish it? Oh, no.
Same material.
Same material.
We don't put any wax on. We just have another one of these for polishing. And here's the secret. This one's for putting it on, another one's for polishing it off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In actual fact, when we have a brand new mould, we put 6 layers of wax on. Minimum 6.
Minimum 6.
Yes. And then we polish them all off, and it becomes very glossy. Once we start waxing, we don't touch it. We don't spit on it. We're careful, very careful. We don't clean our hair over it. We make sure that we keep the area really dust-free. As soon as we want to wax, we close that door. We don't want dust coming in, you know, from the hole of the wind or something, yeah? And most often we also warm the room up. So this room has a temperature control, and we'll warm it up to about 20 degrees, yeah? And we every time we work on the job, we keep the room up at 20 degrees. Now, one last thing. Can you go and get me 3 ice cream containers? Good. So if I'm using this, what would be clever, I think, is I've got 2 of these pads. One of them's for putting wax on and one's for taking wax off. So when I've finished waxing it on, I put it in there and I put that over top of it. That can't contaminate anything, can it? And also, it can't get dust in it. So it protects the cloth as well. when I do my polishing off, I put it in here. Oh, look, I put that on top of it. Now I can go back and wax it with this one again, yes? Right. And if you are doing 3 or 4 or 5 waxings, you might end up with a couple of those cloths. And you might end up with a couple of those ones as well. But they go between like that, yes?
Yeah, I get this already for every table.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing we need to do, yeah? Right? So you can cut those. I think before we do any of this work, these are not going to work for us. These are fucked. They need a good clean up. They need to be sharpened. You don't know how to sharpen them, so don't try. Okay? But they need to be cleaned up. We need to find bigger ones than those, because those are fucked, isn't it? These are even worse than they've ever been, mate. I don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't even cut this now. Might be fucking easy.
Probably just need to sharpen. Unfortunately, we don't have a scissor sharpening fucking thing here, so
But look,
yeah, they're missing a spacer out of there. That's what it is.
all the
No, there should be a spacer in there.
someone's pulled them apart.
Bill.
Someone's pulled them apart, lost the
Mean
piece.
here? Don't
I know what you mean. It's that oblong shaped space around.
Yeah, well, it's round, but yeah, it sits down into there.
Or sometimes they have a kit. Sometimes this. Hang on. Is that? I know. Sometimes they have that flattened shaft. You know what I mean?
You know what they've done?
They put it all around.
They've put it the wrong way around. So it looks like it has to.
Yeah.
No, it is, because it
Dolphin,
there
what?
It has that shape.
sits down into that.
But I mean, you know, who's doing those things?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else. What else? I fucking. I just think, what the fuck? You know, you should know. You should know about it. There's something else I
Did you
need to
see that shiny
Oh.
Caesar?
That's right, I need to put on the notes.
Shears.
In fact, I asked one of the guys, well, I don't know if they have or not, I asked them to tell you. We went to use the who the fuck are you walking through our shop?